A rare animal close encounter was captured on tape in the rural area of the northwest Victoria Highlands in Canada. Two pet dogs named Kovu and Tika were seen barking at a young hissing cougar in an apparent attempt to scare off the wild animal. Huh, I thought you scare off a cougar by telling them you're over 30. Kovu's owner, Kangvu, was reading a newspaper indoors when he heard the ruckus and told Global News,
"We never would imagine that it's about 10 feet from my main entrance here. That's quite a concern to my family and my children."
Vu grabbed his camera and filmed the standoff while attempting to call the dogs into the house. The home is on the edge of an undeveloped park, and cougar sightings in the remote area are not uncommon. However, the animals are usually solitary and do not get as close as they did in this instance. Tika's owner, Brittany Kinahan, was working when the encounter occurred, but is glad to have the protection of the dogs in the rural area.
I have a hatchet in my car right now that goes to and from the house when I come home from work.
Note to Brittany's neighbors, make sure you don't startle her if you see her getting out of her car. A hatchet? Damn. Conservation Officer Peter Paulwells can barely hold himself together when discussing the cougar population in the area with CTV News.
It appears to be a young cougar. If it's hanging around any one residence, more than once or twice, then that's something we'd want to look at as to why that's happening, because that's not what they should be doing.
Calm down, man. You're going to incite panic. Witnesses reported that the two dogs had harassed the same cougar on previous occasions, and it has visited the area 3 times. Fortunately, there were no injuries to the dogs nor the cougar, who later escaped up a tree. Instead of being scared off, I really think the cougar got hypnotized by Tika's eyes. They're mesmerizing. Where were we? Alright. Brittany maintains a realistic perspective on her living situation.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's also part of the reality of living out in the Highlands area where we're right on the Galantad Trail, and we are in their territory, so it makes sense to see them now and then.
They make the ladies strong in the Canadian wilderness. Alright, now that we're done with this story, I'd like to go back to Tika's eyes. There we go.